Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday, already January 3rd, 2024. It'll be a day before we know it. Born on this date in 1924, opera singer Nell Rankin of Montgomery. Now, we're going to talk about reports of people firing off guns the other night. We also have a new overtime law in Alabama and a rude awakening for a family that wasn't expecting a visitor to show up in their house in the middle of the night in his car. My name's Ike Morgan, and we are down in Alabama. If you were out and about on New Year's Eve and right about midnight you saw police officers hanging out under a viaduct or some other bridge or structure, they weren't just laying low to get the drop on traffic violators. AL.com's Carol Robinson reports that Birmingham police try to take shelter during the peak of the celebration on New Year's Eves to stay clear of fallen bullets. We've reported on this phenomenon before. But it's not a bad idea to remind ourselves occasionally that there are people around us who either don't have or use good sense when it comes to handling the firearms that they purchase or otherwise obtain. Birmingham police did reports on 2 people who were injured by what they believe was celebratory gunfire. Neither victim had life-threatening injuries. Now, they have yet to release a spot shot or count of gunfire from Sunday night, but previous totals have topped 1,200 shots in Birmingham. And it's not just Birmingham where this is an issue. Mobile police said they received 223 reports of shots fired on New Year's Eve. Now, note that those are the total number of reports called in. So some could have and probably were fireworks that were mistaken for gunfire. Another brand new state law that went into effect with the new year is the one that cuts state income taxes from overtime pay, reports AL.com's Lita Gore. Full-time hourly workers now pay no state income tax on their overtime pay or pay that they earn by working more than 40 hours a week. Most people have been paying 5%. Note that this does not affect your federal or local income taxes. Employers also won't have to report individual overtime figures to the Alabama Department of Revenue. Instead, each month or quarter, they'll report the aggregate amount of OT paid and the number of employees who received it. The law will expire in June 2025 unless it's extended by the legislature. Now, here's a story from our News That Breaks After Midnight is Rarely Good files. But this case proves that you don't even have to be out juking to get caught up in the bad news. A Mountain Brook family was rudely awakened at 2:25 a.m. Monday morning when a Tesla came barreling into the house, reports AL.com's Carol Robinson. Well, at least the engine was quiet. Fortunately, the bedrooms were located on the other side of the house and nobody was injured, although the house was pretty tore up. The driver was taken to UAB Hospital, but his injuries were not life-threatening. Mountain Brook police are investigating. Hey, we really appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to us. We're going to come back and do this again tomorrow. Until then, as always, come on by and see what we're up to on the internet at AL.com.